All right, his grandmama taught him how to cook, and he's taken those lessons and turned them into a meatball empire. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the rock star of the cooking world, the meatball mogul, Daniel Mancini.
Dan Mancini of MamaMancini's, those famous meatballs.
Hi, I'm Daniel Mancini from MamaMancini's, and welcome to today's cooking school. My passion is actually to bring back the family dinner.
So South Orange chef Daniel Mancini is cooking up his grandma's meatballs and Sunday sauce.
It's beef, Romano cheese, eggs, parsley, and a little bit of breadcrumb. We brown them, then we cook them in the sauce, which is just Italian plum tomatoes, for 2.5 to 3 hours.
It's all about the meatballs movie, right?
It's all about the meatball.
Our next guest feels very strongly about bringing back the tradition of family dinners. And he says that dining together as a family was part of his growing up. And he hopes that through making the recipe for his grandmother's meatballs and Sunday sauce available to everyone, that he's contributing to bringing back this wonderful tradition of sitting down as a family. Please welcome Daniel Mancini. It's so nice to see you.
I think I was 5 years old when she would put me on a stool right about here, and I would watch her cook, and she cooked all the time, and I went grocery shopping with her. And,
oh, great.
And I think it was 15, I was about 15, and I said, you need to teach me how to do all this. I just loved it, and she taught me.
I haven't tasted a good meatball for a while, so I am very anxious to taste your meatballs.
Oh, great.
Now, what inspired you to leave a successful career in the garment business and start making meatballs?
Well, I was in the garment business for 25 years, and I loved it, but the garment business really was a job, and this was a passion. And we actually still make these by hand, the same way my grandmother did.
Do? Oh, good.
There's nothing in this recipe that we produce that my grandmother didn't put in it, and they're just all hand-rolled and handmade.
Oh, it smells so good, and so old-fashioned and so appropriate.
Thank you.
And nicely made. So thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you.
And this is Grandma's recipe. We'll be right back.
Over the holidays, aromas coming from the kitchen can take your senses back to some happy childhood memories. And today, I'm welcoming Chef Daniel Mancini, who turned what he calls those scented memories into a lifelong passion for cooking. Welcome, Daniel.
Hey, Mr. Food, how are you? Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Our pleasure.
I'm so excited.
You know what I want you to do? I want you to tell me your story.
Absolutely. This is my grandmother's recipes for her meatballs and a Sunday sauce. She came here from Italy in 1921 with my grandfather, settled in Brooklyn. I see her cooking in the kitchen, I fall in love with it, and I realize the house is just filling up with people every time she does it. So I say, I really need to learn these recipes and just keep them in my heart so I could pass them down. So this is the first recipe that I've used, and it's her recipe for meatballs and Sunday sauce. Real simple recipe. It's just full of love. I think people are slowing down in the restaurants that they go to. They're making more choices. Maybe, instead of going out for that, take 4 people for the $500 dinner, they're looking for some more comfort food, basic food that just like simple to eat and a lot less money. Maybe when ordering wine, instead of a $100 bottle of wine, get the $40 bottle of wine. I mean, that's the reason we started this company, MamaMancini's. We're recession-proof. I mean, for this, what we're offering here is for roughly $7 or $8, you got an entire family meal. Throw in some pasta. I know you can say that price is going up too, but for a couple bucks, sure. You've got, you're feeding 4.
You just said, you know what, let's follow my passion, and you did that. Now, the economy's kind of screwy right now. Why?
Well, actually, that's one of the reasons I did it. I was in a situation where my business, I had some great years, and it was starting to slow down, and things were starting to crash all around the country. And I said, you know what, I just got to follow my passion, take a shot at this, and I really, thinking back to what my grandmother would do, bring people back to the table. I decided to take her recipes for meatballs and sauce because I just had this notion I wanted to find a way to bring people back to the table doing this. So it's meatballs and sauce made the way she taught me to make these. They're MamaMancini's meatballs and Sunday sauce.
How did you get someone to distribute this? You have to do a lot of research?
Well, I took a pot of meatballs. I went into the local market where I live. I had them try the meatballs, and they said, these are outrageous. Try to find a way to make them. And I approached a neighbor of mine. His name is Carl Wolf, man who started Alpine Lace Cheese, and his son-in-law, Matt Brown, who are in the food business. They tried it, said, what do you want to do with this? I said, I want to bring the family dinner back, make meatballs with sauce, and package it and sell it that way. What you're seeing is exactly the way we make this. Nothing changes in production.
If you want to make this for yourself, you can go to our website, download the recipe, or you can go to your grocer's freezer.
That's a little easier.
That's it. It's a little easier.
MamaMancini's. Dan Mancini, congratulations. You took a big risk a couple of years ago, and it looks like it's paying off.
It is.